Okay, so we're here again at another mentoring sessions with our students here. I'm going through the news first, what news has been happening before leading up to tonight, and also a brief view of what I think will be happening coming up. Okay, so main news that has been over encompassing this whole market right now is what's happening with Brexit. Okay. The situation keeps changing. At first we were looking at Brexit looks like it's going to happen, and then PM May said that she was going to pull the deal, and then now they're renegotiating. The latest update is that they're trying to challenge her position, and she was likely to lose her role as PM. Okay, so all that uncertainty is really, as we can see, impacting on the pound. For the past 2 days, it has been coming down quite a lot. Today, we see it actually climbing because of a possible, if she leaves, if she gets contested out of office, that might actually be quite positive. Although there's a lot of uncertainty, it might actually be quite positive because there's a change of what she has been doing. So that's why you see the pound has actually been climbing today. As we see now, it's really been moved 60 something pips since the recent 6 hours. Okay, all that has been the main focus. Tonight at 9:30 we have the CPI news. That's still going to be quite important. Okay, especially understanding that the previous data was 0.3%, expected at 0% right now. So the expectation is not for a very strong inflation number. Any inflation data that comes out from this is going to impact what's going to happen on the 20th of December, where the Fed is going to make a decision on the interest rate. Everything leads up to whether the FOMC on the 20th of December is going to increase interest rates or they're going to hold. Likelihood is they're going to increase interest rates. Okay, likelihood is that they're going to increase interest rates, but while they increase interest rates, they're also going to give an idea of what's the plan for interest rates in 2019. That's actually going to be more important, well, not more important, but equally as important to whether they increase, is what's their plan for 2019. Why so is because before this news, or before the FOMC coming up, they were actually quite positive to increase rates more consistently in 2019. Coming up to this news, we actually think that they might throttle down or slow down the rate of increase of interest rates in the US. Okay, so 20th of December, FOMC, we're going to pay a lot more attention to what they say about what's going to happen in 2019. So with that, we're going to start looking at the charts. Okay, the first chart I'm looking at, we've got the 8 charts here. The first chart I'll be looking at is the Aussie US. Looking at it on the H4, all the charts on the 4-hour time frame. I've just updated or just checked to make sure my lines were consistent and quite okay. Current price now is at 0.7206. Okay, I know that in an hour's time the news would come out, and this could change prices and change analysis quite strongly. But if inflation number comes up at anything more than 0%, or 0 to more than 0.3%, we could see a stronger US dollar. Right, a stronger US dollar would bring the Aussie US lower, only if it breaks below a 0.7170 level. Okay, so it needs to break 0.7170 for it to go lower, possibly towards 0.730. Okay, but that's a very big move. That's actually a 120 pip move. I don't think that's quite likely, but we're looking for that kind of direction downwards. If we see a bad US number, so it comes out at lower than 0%, a minus inflation number, could the Aussie shoot up? This could actually be quite a strong base at 0.7170 for it to go up towards 0.73. Okay, so at this point, Aussie is at a strong base. Likelihood for it to go up or down, I would actually prefer or think that it's likely that we are going to see a stronger US number. Wait for the Aussie to break below 7170 and move lower towards 7030. Okay, so that's the Aussie US. For the New Zealand US dollar, okay, we can see that New Zealand US dollar is at my current support of 6851 or 6850. It's sitting there right now. So on the side, I actually just realized this. You would actually see quite a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern on the H4 chart. So it could be breaking the 6850 level. If we see a stronger US number, US data, we could see it breaking that level downwards. Okay, whether again a weak US number could bring it up, but at this point, I'm thinking that the New Zealand US dollar looks a bit toppish. What I mean by a bit toppish means it's been climbing up so much already. Any further upside could be quite limited, so I don't think it can go up a lot more. So I anticipate if I'll look to this trade if we see a stronger US number for it to come lower, breaking the 6850 support level. Okay, the next one is pound US dollar. Pound US dollar makes my job very easy because I'm going to tell you stay away from it right now. Okay. The latest update, I'll flick back to Forex Factory. The latest update here is that there is going to be where is it? Let me see. Latest update is that the voting is going to happen at 1800 to 2000 hours GMT. So that's 2 a.m. in Singapore time. Likelihood, okay, not confirmed yet. So that is going to throw everything out of sync. Right now, the pound has been coming down for the recent move. I've got 1.2540 as my level now. It's bouncing off that. It's bouncing upwards from that. Do I think that it can shoot upwards towards 1.27? Possibly with a change of a stronger government leader, but it will fluctuate in that range. So you can go up towards 1.27 or you can go straight back down towards 1.2380, 1.232 level. Okay, so I expect for the pound wide swings, big upward moves and big downward moves during this period of time. So it's really something that I wouldn't want to be focusing on right now. If you're going to be trading the pound, very short-term trades. Get in, make a little bit, get out, get in, make a little bit, get out, because you limit the amount of time you have in a trade, you're less likely or you take a bit less risk that way as well. Okay, Euro US is actually moving quite nicely. It has been moving a bit on a range for the past couple of weeks. Is at a 1.1330 level right now. Okay. Again, Euro US will move. The price move in the Euro US will be partly determined by what happens in the pound. Okay. But also remember that what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, at 8:45, we have a Euro main financing rate, which is the interest rate which we expect to keep it at 0. But we have a press conference at 9:30 for the ECB press conference, where they'll be giving an update of their QE, the plans for QE, whether they're going to cease and what's the plan after stopping QE. So a lot of news coming up tomorrow. So as much as the Euro US could be moving wildly up or wildly down together with the pound, I actually think that it might come back towards this same level before moving for tomorrow's news. Okay, what is likely to happen for tomorrow's news is that the Euro US might actually have moved up a little bit from initial moves because it's bouncing off the support level, but then move further lower towards the 1.1220 level. Okay, as we see the euro come lower. Because we've looked at the pound and the Euro US, we look at the Euro pound right now. It's a perfect setup right now. I actually think it's a perfect setup right now. The Euro US has been, the Euro pound has been climbing up strongly. It hit the 0.9083 level, and it's turned back down. It's turned back down strongly. Why? Because the pound has been climbing and because the euro has been dropping a little bit. So it's perfectly set up. However, I'm not going to be keen on the euro pound unless it breaks below a 0.9, unless it breaks below the 0.900 level. Break below that, close, first target 8950, 50 pips, and then further lower after that again. So immediate target be 50 pips, break that support, and then we can see it go lower towards 8850. So big moves coming up from the euro pound. After euro pound is the euro yen. Okay, euro yen has been moving in a very wide range. What I mean by a very wide range is actually almost a 200 pip range moving across for the past several weeks. Okay, because of that, I still think that it's going to move in that range. I think that the resistance of 12920 and 12725 are very strong support and resistance levels. So we could still see it going downwards now before shooting back up again. So in that range, up and down. So probably because of that range, I would stay a little bit further away from the euro yen at the moment. Second last would be the US yen. Okay, US yen mimics the euro yen a little bit in a sense that it has been moving in a very wide range. You don't really see much of a direction in the US yen at the moment. Immediate move was upwards. The most recent move on the US yen was upwards. Okay, for this week. I would think that if it goes up further, there's only another 90 pips upwards, with a risk of about 60 pips below a support of 11300. Okay, so the risk reward of slightly positive but not the best. US yen is going to be, movement in the US yen is going to be driven based on the uncertainty that's happening in the UK, the uncertainty that's happening in Europe, the uncertainty between the trade tariff between the US and China as well. So a lot of uncertainty causing the US yen to be wildly moving up and down in that very wide range. Okay, so resistance of 11440, current support of 11300, and then the lower support of 11174. Okay, so those are the very wide range that the US yen is moving. My recent favorite pair is the US CAD. Okay, the US CAD has been climbing up very strongly. Every downward move has been met with a stronger climb upwards again. We can see that every time it comes down, hits the support, it bounces straight back up, breaks a resistance towards the next resistance. At the current point, it rejected 1.3440. It rejected 1.3440, and it looks like it was coming down towards 1.3330 level, but it started turning back up again. Okay, so we're going to see the US CAD at this point move in this range of 13440 to 13320. Okay, because quite a big range at that point. Is it going to go higher? Okay, what I will have to do at this point, On H4, it's going to be hard to see how high it can go, so I'm going to the the D1 chart. You can see that the US CAD is at a very, very high point compared to a lot of all the other data we have. We have to move back to as far as May 2017, where the most recent, where US CAD was at that level again. Okay, so can it go higher? Yes, it can keep going all the way up to about 1.3750. Okay, very high point, but the very strong resistance is at 1.3440. Okay, at this point, I'm looking for triggers or looking for reasons why the US CAD could come lower. A strengthening of the CAD or a short-term weakening of the US dollar. Okay, so I've looked at all 8 pairs right now. What I'll be doing, and now I'm coming to the close of the video, but what I'll be doing with our students here present at the mentoring we'll be going through these charts, looking for a trade that we could be getting into or preparing to enter before the news, before the CPI news that's coming out at 9:30, so in an hour's time. So we'll be going through them one by one to find out which one we think, or whether the news is going to be good or bad first, and then which pair we think will be a good one to be taking the US dollar stronger or to take the US dollar weaker. Okay, so at this point, if you have any questions for the students here, we will proceed to answer your questions, and then we'll upload this video for everyone else who is not here as well. Thank you.